Hi travellers, I'm Ian's daughter Laleka and welcome to my apartment. So, there is a lot of stuff here. Some of it's mine, some of it belongs to the previous people who lived here. And I'm also packing to leave, so things are in a lived-in state, shall we say. All of these items are actually not mine. The shoes are mine. I'm thinking about what I'm going to wear this week, and a couple of these are going out. Room-wise, this is the biggest apartment I've ever lived in China. Those aren't my sunglasses. I've never actually sat at this table ever. I also very rarely use this living space because for most of the year it's not warm in here, or summer season it's not cool enough in here. Even with this, it doesn't work well enough. It's old, you can see from the colouring of it. Space is rendered particularly useless, but I have found this in other Chinese homes that I've also lived in. They're just not built very well. And one of the strategies I've come up with is I used to have tape, but I've taken it down because I am leaving. But I actually bought some tape, and it kind of looks like sellotape, but it's just a clear, thick roll. And it just cut out the winter winds that whip through. It's nice because there's plenty of space to do my yoga in the morning, which has been really good. Anyway, to my left is the kitchen. I'm about to do some sort of cooking. This decoration, yeah, this is not mine. And it is the first place in China I've ever lived where they've had an oven. But again, this must have been the people before that lived here, which is great. Clearly they loved IKEA. I haven't really used this. Now I boil water on it occasionally, but otherwise I pretty much use my little pot. If you've seen any of my other videos, you've seen I film some here. This is where I would hang my coats in winter because it's just as you come in the door. And then yeah, this is a room I don't use. So again, I also used to have the tape along here, which I just pulled off. But yeah, this is a room. Okay, I have not set foot in here in months. Now you're making me. There's a bed, but clearly they must have used it in a game of Connect 4. I've never had anyone to play it with. I know when I first moved in, I was better at cleaning up some of their stuff, and like I was definitely gonna use this, but I never have, and I completely have now forgotten that it was even in here. Like obviously they were into doing stuff, which is cool. And then again, these are all their books, which I've read most of them. Move down the hallway. Again, this is mine because in winter it's cold. They have this. This is Antarctica. They had this, and they had it in a drawer, so I decided to put it up. The people that lived here before were American, and they misses out New Zealand, so let's imagine it's here. And then this room, again, second bedroom, I have absolutely no use for. It literally stores the Hoover. They were into stuff, but I meant to go through this. I know I had all of the best intentions, and I just never did. This room is pathetically small, like ridiculous. It's like a closet, really. And then it's got a window. Like, imagine if you lived in here, if this is a livable bedroom. It really is a closet. Even though it's 4 bedrooms, it's really not. These are really tiny rooms. Then the bathroom, there was a shower curtain when I first arrived, but of course it was like ridiculously moldy, so I just took it out. I have kind of enjoyed this bathroom. One thing I really do like in China is how they have the heat lamps right in the shower. I really, really like that. Otherwise, it's just a pretty standard bathroom. As I say, I'm packing up, so I don't have as much stuff out as I normally would. One thing I did buy myself this year is a heated towel rail. This is a room that I've been using, and I have managed to keep the plants alive, which is so new for me. Yeah, as I say, all of this decorative stuff, that was here when I got here, which I've never had before. I did buy new sheets and things. They're just IKEA, and then in winter I had that set. Really nice sized closet for all of the stuff. I did buy these string lights because the other ones that they had, they had these ones, there were these ones hanging up when I first got here, but I like just the regular string, which is fine. Also, the reason for choosing this room is because of the heat pump, which obviously in summer as well can do aircon. And then here's the 4th bedroom, which I really, because it goes into the laundry, but unfortunately I haven't had anybody to stay. I have actually slept in this bed a couple of nights because the electric blanket, just at the end of winter, the one that I'd bought with me, just died, and so there's an electric blanket on here. Otherwise it's kind of where I read or just relax or like watch a show or something. And then the laundry comes up here, so that's also why. But I do like this room because it also has a heat pump during winter and during summer as well. I have turned this on, leave it on all day, so then it dries whatever's hanging here. There was also a dehumidifier, which is the first time I've ever had one in China. Fantastic. I love this. Also really helps with the drying. Like when I wash my sheets, which I do on a weekday, then I just leave that on all day. Sometimes it's full when I get back from work, but my sheets are dry, so it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, this is the first apartment I've ever lived in China where it doesn't have, and it's actually raining today, where it doesn't have the mozzie nets. So this is the first time I've opened this window in a good 8 months. But it is nice to have a completely separate laundry. I am one of these people that just hates the sound of a washing machine. So I am so glad to be able to close off the door, or in this case I can close the bedroom door entirely. So this has been my apartment, and I'm not sure how much this one costs. I know I've done other costings like when I lived in Wuhan, so you can see those ones. I have enjoyed this apartment, but it does, yeah, like the other 3-bedroom apartment where I've lived in Ningbo, it's got the same problem where there's just all of this space where you just never use it because of that. Because in any Chinese apartment, if you're moving here, this is going to be an issue. And it looks just like regular packing tape, but the difference is it's supposed to be able to just come off. Like I had this, and I had it across the bottom here as well. I also had, which is purely another strategy, this door was actually coated in bubble wrap, because when you order things on Taobao, they come excessively wrapped. So I would just, as I bought things, I would just tape it to the door, and it looked awful. But you know what? It kept out, because when you would stand right here where I'm standing, you could feel the cold from this door. So that was another way that I tried to insulate. There definitely is like a, I want to say Glad wrap, but it's not, but it is, for that same purpose, so that you can cover windows and things. Super downside, I mean, as nice as it is to have more room to kick around in, when you end up most of the year not using it, it's such a flippin' waste. It has been alright. It's definitely not been the best, it's not been the worst. Of course, also you can hear people moving, especially my upstairs sometimes. Like I know they have a piano.